Hello everyone and welcome to the mill. With the 6th Red Rising book just coming out when I'm recording this, Lightbringer, and the hopes of many Stonemaier fans that Jamie and Alex are getting those creative juices flowing after reading it for more Red Rising content, I thought it would be fun to take a very spoilery thematic look at some of my favorite thematic cards in Red Rising the board game. So at this point, if you have not read the first trilogy of Red Rising and you don't want that spoiled for you, you might want to wait to watch the rest of this episode because I'm going to be pulling out some of my favorite cards for their thematic ties to the book. And Selenia, I think, is going to help me as she's coming over here. So we're going to look at those. So I'll give you a second if you want to come back to this later. But I'm going to start off with, I think, one of my absolute favorites, which is Mickey the Carver. Mickey's power when you launch him is you may banish a red from your hand. If you do, reveal cards from the deck until you find a gold. Gain it and place the revealed card at the bottom of the deck. That is one of my absolute favorite thematic pieces in this because obviously Mickey is the one who is able to get rid of a red and turn him into a gold. So by banishing a red card and then gain a gold in your hand, that was just one of those slight thematic touches. I thought, oh my gosh, this is great. It's subtle and it fits Mickey so well. And then his after game points are if there's at least one banished red, and if he's with a gold. So even those add to that thematic touch of his huge role in the book at the very beginning. And kind of along with that, another one I like is Evie. So that kind of weird relationship with Mickey. So in the end, if she's with Darrow, you get 15 points. But if she's with Mickey, she's not necessarily the biggest fan of him. So it's minus 15. So I thought that was another great thematic touch in between these two cards. All right, and now some of the golds. When I'm bringing up, a lot of these are going to be golds because golds are really a lot of the characters in that trilogy because that's where Darrow is for a lot of it, is interacting with them. And so the thematic touches with the gold cards I thought were some of the strongest in the game. All right, so I'm going to bring up these three together because I think the ties between the three are amazing. So you have Lysander, you have Octavia, and the Jackal. I always want to get his card out of my hand just out of spite. So what I love about these, Octavia especially, if you have the Sovereign token, gain the bottom card on Luna. If it's not this card, banish Octavia unless that card is gold. And then at the end, minus 30 points if you don't have either the Sovereign token or Lysander. I mean, obviously, she's the Sovereign. It makes complete thematic sense that she wants that token or very much wants Lysander with her. So I thought that was great. And obviously that continued tie that if Lysander has the Sovereign token, Octavia or Cassius, then you get the bonus points with him. And the Jackal. It's a wonderfully done villain. Obviously, he wants the Sovereign token too. And he is another negative 30 if with Darrow, who is going against him, or Octavia, also going against him. So the ties between these three and that Sovereign token, I think, is such a great subtle thematic touch that you love even more if you've read the books. And then how can we not mention Darrow? Now, I know some people have been, why is he not a gold? He's a gold for most of it. I'm like, I'd love that Darrow is a red card. Because Darrow is red at heart. He is a red. He just gets turned into a gold. But in his heart, he's a red. And I love that part on him. All right. And then I love that his victory point condition for 30, if you have 7 or more cards, including Darrow, Darrow wants people. He's creating this army. He's trying to help people. He's trying to free people. It makes sense that he wants the bigger hand of cards. And his deploy action, gain any other non-gold from this location. Once again, trying to get more people. It's very Darrow. I love the art on his card. And yeah, I think it's perfect that he is a red. All right, Cassius was mentioned earlier. And Cassius is just one of those fun characters throughout the trilogy. Just seeing him change, the English teacher. I love dynamic characters. I'm watching a TV show right now with no dynamic characters and I can't get past it. But that's part of the reason I love this trilogy, was because of the dynamic characters, the growth, the change, the evolution. And Cassius is perfect for that. And I like that his points at the end are, you get 40 points if you can get him with Mustang and Darrow, because that's the trio you need. It makes complete sense that he needs them. But it's minus 20 if he's with Darrow and not Mustang. So it's that push your luck, but it's also thematic, because part of the reason he's with Darrow is because of how much he believes in Mustang. So I think that is another great thematic touch there with the really big positive, because that's hard to get 3 specific cards, and the negative. Another trio that's absolutely perfect together. How can you not enjoy Severo? And then he's tied, obviously, to Victra and the Howlers. So, Severo, bonus points if he's with Victra, the Howlers, or a red, which makes complete sense because he loves Victra. The Howlers are his crew, and he has the tie to the Reds. And then Victra, once again, points with Howlers, points with Severo or Darrow. And then the Howlers. Of course they want to be with Severo. That's who they want to protect. And I also love how on the Howlers that they're a protect card. It makes sense. They're the group. They're there. They protect Severo. They protect who he wants them to protect. All right. So I thought that was a great thematic touch. The Howlers are a protect card. And then when you're looking at Severo, banish the card directly under this one. You may reveal the Howlers instead to gain that card. So he can utilize his Howlers to his advantage, which he does throughout the books once he has them. So it's another wonderful thematic touch. I have 2 more that I really want to go through. And how can we not talk about packs? How can you read these books and not love packs? And once again, the thematic touch that he's a protect card. It's just beautiful. And of course, he gets bonus points if he's with Mustang. So I just love the fact that he's there for protection because he's Pax, and that's what Pax does. And finally, I would be remiss not to mention the Golden Girl Mustang. So actually, this was one of my really cool moments when I got a randomly signed card. I have the one, this was the one I got. It was with Jamie and Alex's signatures on it. So also a very cool card for me. But I love that it's 5 points for each different color. Mustang's the one who, in the end, really can bring all the colors together. And her card shows that. It shows that thematic aspect. So that's probably my absolute, her and Mickey are probably my favorite thematic cards. So who is, or which cards are your thematic favorites if you've read the books? I had to really whittle mine down as I didn't want this video to take forever. But if you have any others you want to talk about or any other touches that I might have glossed over that you think are fantastic, please put them in the comments. Let's have a great kind of nerdy book discussion. I got into these books because Jamie recommended them, and I enjoy the game Red Rising so much more because I understand these thematic aspects to it. So if you also enjoy that, let me know in the comments, and I look forward to reading all your favorite thematic pieces. Have a great day. Bye.